And that special guest host I speak of is the one and only Coops.
How you doing?
In Coops we trust.
In Coops we trust is rock or bust, that's right.
Hang on, Coops, you're not on yet. Now you are.
In Coops we trust, it is rock or
That's
bust.
the one, that's the one.
Monday nights.
I'm bringing you on nice and early today because you're here.
Because I'm here.
Yeah. But anyway, we better kick the show off. We're going to kick it off today with, who we got? A bit of...
You're driving it.
Yeah, a bit of George Thorogood to kick it off today. I love this song. No worries, here we are, 107.3 HFM, the voice of your community. I was a rebel. The Pearl Jam there with Daughter, before that Jimmy Barnes, Driving Wheel. And off the top of the show, George Thorogood and the Destroyers with Get a Haircut.
Yeah, you got one of those yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky. I haven't had a haircut in years. Unfortunately. But actually, just speaking of hair, we're both wearing very bright bandanas today. You've actually got me covered. Yours is brighter than mine.
Yeah, well, I bought this from a shop in San Francisco called Love on Hate. So it's Hate Street in San Francisco, which is the street where Jimi Hendrix Red House is and those kind of things. So we were in San Francisco in 2018 and we hopped off one of those, you know, buy a ticket and you kind of get off the bus wherever you felt like it. We got off near the Red House and went into the Red House and did that and walked down to the corner. There's this shop on the corner called Love on Hate, which is like all real hippie kind of you know vibe. Everything in it's like tie-dye and all that. And I bought these two tie-dye bandanas from there, you know, as a bit of a memento.
Yeah, beautiful, man, beautiful. Well, we got Coops in the studio, if you didn't know, from Rock or Bust. In Coops we trust on Monday nights on the show. So most of the listeners, I think most of you would know him already. If you want to text in any questions for Coops or any request, 0485 838 436. Actually have 3 texts already. We'll just get straight off the top here, Coops. Ian would love to hear Black Sabbath Junior's Eyes.
I reckon we can do that.
We can do that one, definitely, for you, Ian. We got Glenn from Kwinana. G'day, Radman. The Glentertainer from Kwinana here, back again.
The Glentertainer, I like
Giving
that.
yourself nicknames.
It's almost out there with the Frankenator.
Yeah, well, yes. I was hoping to hear some Dio today, if possible, please. Holy Diver is always a crowd pleaser. If you've got it, cheers, man.
Yeah, I reckon we can do that one as well.
Yeah, we reckon we got it. Yeah. I haven't actually looked yet.
Wasn't it on a Kia out or something?
Oh, it might have been. I don't know. I'll have a look at that after that one.
Robots headbanging in the car.
And Marcus has already texted through as well. Hey, Radman, can I request Bush Machine Head? Thanks, Marcus. I'm sure I've got that one here as well. So, at least 2 out of 3. That's not too bad.
Is that on the 16 Stone album?
I think so, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
I'm thinking it is because...
If you haven't got it, I've probably got it on the big hard drive.
Oh, look at you go. Hang on. Let me just check my little... my little pathetic little hard drive is not quite as good as yours, but I think I do have... Oh, I'm going way too far. Bush...
I like that you got an Electric State T-shirt on.
Yeah,
I actually like that design.
Machine Head. I've got Machine Head.
There you go, see?
I got this on Friday night. I went to
see them.
Yeah, to see them. It was actually a really good night down at Amps.
Yeah, they put on a good show.
Awesome. We had Black Canyon there. With
Dan Connell.
Dan Connell, of course.
Yeah, well, I think Black Canyon's my favourite Dan Connell band.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I hadn't seen them. I'd seen Amberdown.
I haven't seen them either.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was the first time I'd seen them. They were really good.
They were at Perth Rocks. Of course they were.
Oh, were they? And the other one that were playing that night was Art of Dysfunction.
Yes.
Have you seen them?
That's a good band, yeah.
They are really good. The guitarist, I don't know who he is.
I think they've changed guitarist.
I heard that.
Actually, no, maybe they've changed singer and the guitarist has taken the vocals.
That's what I heard. Okay, yeah, so that they've lost their previous singer, so now the guitarist is singing. It's a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Really, he's like a crooner on guitar. You can just imagine that. If Frank Sinatra played guitar, you know, you're really good. Definitely worth getting out to see.
Rock in the lounge.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Bit of a groove.
He just on his Les Paul, like really smooth the fingers, but impressive.
Okay.
Yeah, others dysfunction. Hey, Coops, let's talk about you.
Me?
For a bit. Because, I mean, you're on here every week and a lot of people probably listen but don't know too much about you. So let's go back. Let's go right back.
Right back to where?
Well, I guess where the love of music started. Let's see if you can come up with something.
Okay, so I grew up in a household that wasn't musical in the sense of instruments.
Right.
But there was music in the house, and it was an odd mix of things that my dad liked. Kenny Ball and the Jazzmen, and people like George Formby on the ukulele, and all kinds of things like that, you know, and a bit of Beatles and stuff like that. So there was always music, and you know, we used to listen to a bit of the radio. I can't remember what it was back then. I know when I was a bit later on, it was 6KY before they changed their name to, and they were the rock station.
Yeah, were they? Because they become KYFM to now 94.5.
Yeah, and they changed the KY when KY Jelly came out. That's my understanding of it.
Is it really? Okay.
But anyway, but I went to a friend from school's house one day, a guy called Andrew Wood, who I haven't seen for many, many years, and his brother had some records. He was, you know, a couple, maybe 2, maybe 3 years older than us. And on that occasion, I heard Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick, The Who's Tommy, and the album Focus 3 from Dutch band Focus. And that was my eye-opening moment of, wow, there's music out there way different to what I hear in my house. And that was kind of the start of it.
Okay.
You know, from there it was like, wow. And I still, Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick, I still think it's one of the best albums ever.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Wow.
It's one song, 2 sides of an LP, you know, and it's a bit of a BS story from the album previous for Jethro Tull, which was Aqualung, was called a concept album, which Jethro Tull said it wasn't. Okay. And so they went out to deliberately create a massive concept album with Thick as a Brick.
Thick as a Brick. I have to check it out.
I don't know if you've seen the record cover. So the record cover's like a newspaper, and it's got all newspaper stories in it.
Okay.
And, yeah.
No, right. See, a lot of these bands I know of. I've heard of them, of course, but I've never been into them. So today's going to be a bit of a history lesson for me. Hey, we'll kick on with a bit more music, Coops. Then we'll come back and we'll talk a bit more, because this is normally just me a bit of dead time here. So we've actually started a bit early. So I've got a few songs. I'll get that one in for Ian in this bracket. Then we'll come back and we'll officially start the show. Officially. Anyway, this one here. Who we got? We got Gary Moore, Walking by Myself. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Let's try this again. I'll do it properly this time. There we go. A bit of Black Sabbath. That was for Ian in there. What was that one called? Junior's Eyes.
Junior's Eyes, yep.
And on top of that, Gary Moore, Walking by Myself from 1990. They Still Got the Blues album. Hey, Coops. We got Coops here today as our guest host. You were going to go into your radio career. How sort of your early days led to you being on the air, and where did it start?
It started in Roxby Downs in 2003.
What state's that?
In South Australia.
Oh, South Australia, okay.
So 5.5 hours north of Adelaide, or north and slightly east.
What were you doing there?
I was working for, it was Western Mining Corporation at the time,
okay.
at Olympic Dam.
Olympic Dam, okay.
Yeah, so the town that supports Olympic Dam is Roxby Downs, about, I don't know, maybe 10 k's away from the mine. So they started the community radio thing like this, and I wasn't quite an original. I was two weeks after they started. As I signed up, and they kind of stuck us in front of the small mixers you get.
Yeah.
So a small mixer with the switch on the thing, where you switch from one side to the other side.
Yeah.
That was plugged into the computer. There was a microphone plugged in, and there was a CD player with 2 slots in it. And that was it. And they kind of stuck you in front of it, said, this is how the computer goes, this is how you turn the mixer on, go.
Yeah, right.
And that was it.
It's a bit like when I started here, actually.
Yeah, so I used to do 2 shows on there. I used to do Saturday morning, which I called Saturday Sunrise, and always used to play a song called Sunrise. So where the studio was, you were looking out where the sun was rising from the east, and you could always see the sun coming up at sunrise. So I always played a song called Sunrise as the song. So it was either like Uriah Heep's Sunrise or Simply Red, or there was a couple of others, can't remember what they are, and then I did another one called Hot Rocks, with ROX, because it was Rocks FM.
Yeah. So what time was this on?
That was Saturday nights.
So you did a Saturday morning show, did you say?
Maybe it was Sunday night. I can't remember.
Like the Sunday Sesh.
So from that, I got this crazy email address called t.rocks because I was the rock and roll dinosaur at the station.
Were you really?
Yeah.
This is in 2005?
2003, yeah. I was the dinosaur, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There was probably a lady there, Deb, that ran the place, an American lady. She was probably as old as I am, maybe even a little bit older, but, that was just she played, kind of through the day and all that, but, because I worked, can only do at night time.
Is that station still going?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, okay.
105.5 Rocks FM. Yes, they're still out there. Their slogan is "Local, Live, and Loving It."
Oh, cool. Okay.
and I've actually said 105.5 on here a couple of times.
Have you really?
Just come out.
Yeah.
So I did that probably for maybe 18 months. And then I shifted to Newman, and Newman had a radio station there as well, 6NEW.
Okay.
So I got involved there, and there I used to do 3 shows. I used to do the Saturday morning from 6 till 9. I did a rock show on, I can't remember if it was Sunday night, and I used to do a Thursday night show called Live Alive, taking the name from the Stevie Ray Vaughan album.
Oh, yes.
And I used to do like mini concerts, like 3 tracks of this live album and 3 tracks of that live album.
Awesome.
And so that's left Newman after about a year and a half and came down to Perth and tried to get into Radio Fremantle, and there's so many people involved with Radio Fremantle.
Yeah.
You'd almost have to, murder someone in their sleep to get a spot. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
So then, so I joined as a member, and it kind of, I didn't get a Guernsey, and it kind of just went by the wayside. It didn't happen. And then, so I was maybe out of it for 10 years.
Oh, right.
And then I was down in Mandurah one day with my son. He had to pay some bucks down there for a guy that someone had dumped dirt on his block where he was having a house built, and he had to get it moved to get the pad put down, which is really annoying. Someone just dumped dirt there, It cost him $800 to get that fixed. But while he was in paying this guy, I was just flicking through stations, and I bumped onto 107.38 HFM. And there was this song playing. I thought, wow, that's not normal radio.
Yeah.
What's this station? And then, so discovered HFM, and then from there it was, I kind of contacted them, and took me ages to get around to doing the demo. Did you have to do a demo?
I did when I went to RTR.
So it took me ages to get around to that demo. But once I did the demo, I got involved with the station. Was with Frank on the desk at the Canning Show in 2015 when we interviewed Mark McGowan.
Oh, wow. The opposition leader at the time.
With the Canning Show.
Yeah.
And then Anzac Day 2016, I kicked off Rock or Bust.
Oh, right. Anzac Day 2000. Okay, so 8.5 years.
8.5 years, just a bit over 8.5 years. Yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, wow.
Done a couple of different shows on here. I used to do a Saturday morning breakfast show called The Big Aussie Breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I did all Australian tunes from 6 till 9 when James Ray started. I did that for exactly 100 shows.
Okay.
And then I'm part of the Fourth Dimension as well. Which,
every fourth Saturday you're on.
Every third at the moment, because we haven't got a fourth person.
That's right.
We're waiting. We're trying to find the right fourth person.
Yeah, yes. Oh, good luck with that. Hey, the 3 songs that I ask my guests to pick so they can play a few of their own tunes. And the first one you picked, I did ask for 90s, but I don't really care. Obviously 90s isn't really your thing. Well, it's not. But this one is.
Well, I deliberately picked 90s because 90s wasn't my growing up era, but it was an era I started to discover much, much later than the 90s, if you like, because when I started working up in the bush, and so I was away from commercial radio, away from all that kind of stuff. No record shops, nothing like that. So I was kind of stuck with what I had in the 70s, if you know what I mean. Yeah. For a long time. And so being part of community radio, I've now started backtracking, and so what was there in the 80s that I missed out on? What was there in the 90s that I missed out on? Even the 2000s that I missed out on? Yeah. Because, it was mostly in the 80s, it was living out in the sticks, and then I got married, and then it was bringing up kids and still living out in the sticks, so you don't get the exposure to music like you would have done.
Definitely.
So why did I pick Soundgarden and Rhinosaur?
Rhinosaur, yes.
Yes, I picked Rhinosaur for two reasons. One, because Chris Cornell, obviously, and he was an icon of the 90s that I discovered late.
Yep.
But also, there's a band in Melbourne called Rhinosaur that named themselves after this particular song. And so that's why this song sticks out to me, is it's inspired another band to use it as their identity.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Cool. Perfect reasoning. Well, I'll play Rhinosaur. Just got a couple of texts come through. JFC, I think you know, John from Cloverdale. Coops is an essential service for music.
Yes, he says that often.
Does he?
I think the other one is the circus master.
Fair call. And Marcus, Radman, can I request Alice in Chains, brother? Marcus, I've already got Bush Machine Head teed up for you, son. We'll see how we go later in the show if we can get Alice in Chains song on for you.
It's not me talking.
As well. That's why you're here. But let's kick it off now. We're going to have Soundgarden, Rhinosaur. Machine Head from 1994, off their brilliant 16 Stone album.
Yeah, with a couple of sad songs about, what's her name, Susie DiMarchi.
Oh, Susie DiMarchi, yes, because they were together, weren't they?
Yes.
I remember we discussed this because I think before I come on, did my first show, I come on with you one night, didn't I?
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, yes. I can't think of the guy's name from Bush, but he was with Susie DiMarchi. I think that song, is it Glycerine?
Glycerine is one of them. And,
her. That one there was for Marcus. There you go, Marcus. I'll see if I can, I've got time for a bit of Alice in Chains later. We'll see how we go. But that one was for you. And we had before that Dio, Holy Diver. That one for the Galentertainer out there in...
cracking name.
in Kwinana. And off the top there, Soundgarden with Rhinosaur. Got a couple of texts coming through again. What have we got here? We have, and this one actually, the Galentertainer. Speaking of the Galentertainer, Radman, can you do a shout out to Dan Connolly? It's Dan Connell, isn't it?
Connell from...
Yeah, Dan Connell. And Amberdown and the Luscious Ladies from Legs Electric both have been playing rocking gigs down south this weekend. Cheers, Radman. There you go. Shout out to Dan and the Luscious Ladies.
Look, Legs Electric, great. Have you caught them?
No, I haven't.
No, they do a cracking set.
Do they?
They opened for Kiss when they were here.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen an interview with one of the girls on Big Things Coming, I think, from Legs Electric. I shouldn't start things that I don't remember what I'm talking about, but...
I'm sure, Alma Quincy, the singer.
Okay, I can't remember.
Kylie Sloane's the drummer, but I can never remember the other two girls.
Yeah, no, I can't remember either. What else? We've got Emma Jane has sent through a... What was that? Other studios pumping away.
Close the door.
Yeah, close the door there, Coops. Jesus, they're rocking in there. Hey, Emma Jane. Afternoon, Radman and Coops. Emma Jane here. A question to both of you. If you could liken yourself to someone famous, either characteristically or physically, who would it be?
Interesting. I've actually been asked on an aeroplane if I was Glenn A. Baker.
Glenn A. Baker? Oh, really?
Yep, I was actually the captain from the aeroplane, came back. Yeah, I had a bandana.
Yeah, because the bandana. He wears that little hat. I can see that.
And it came down, the captain came from the plane and said, "Are you Glenn A. Baker?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I'm not." But I kind of do some things that he might.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's a bit of a link there. I had a girl... I didn't even know who the guy was, and I still don't really know. A girl came up once and said, "Are you Oliver Platt?" And I said, "No. He's an actor, I think." So I look exactly like Oliver Platt.
Well, there you go.
I don't think I do, but anyway.
Not a doppelganger?
No, I don't think so. I'll have to see what he looks like again, just to have a look. My song, this is from Emma, my song request this week is Ordinary Angels by Fronte. Please and thank you. I like that song. Remember Fronte? Fronte, isn't how you say it?
That's how I say Fronte.
Actually, you meant to say it Fronte, because it's got an exclamation point. Yes. We're all saying it wrong. I can play that for you later.
I think of what her name is, the singer, Angie Hart?
Oh, could be. That rings a bell. I actually seen them live. We used to live in East Street Park, and not too far from the Balmoral Hotel, I think it's called now.
Seen a gig or two there.
Yeah, well, we used to go there every Thursday. It used to be like a cover band. The J-Babies would play there, and we would be there every Thursday night. But they went through a phase where they were having Aussie bands come through, and I did see Fronte there. Fronte. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, we'll play Ordinary Angels in the second hour for you, Emma Jane. Mick, awesome Sunday sesh HFM, hopefully. Oh, okay, thanks, Mick. Now, hang on. Awesome Sunday arvo of music HFM. Any chance we could hear a bit of Trilogy? Cheers, Mick from Wangara.
I'm assuming we talk about Trilogy from Perth.
I would suggest so. Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can do for you there, Mick. See if we can find some on the system, and I hopefully got enough time because
a couple of tracks on the computer.
There is. We've got a lot of requests coming through, and only a 2-hour show. We've still got a bit to go. And Glenn Connell, sorry, Dan. Yes, Elena Haynes and Erin Gooden-Acker.
That's it.
Ezra Caneza from Legs Electric. Yes. There you go. Glenn helping us there.
Erin Gooden's the bass player and Elena is the guitarist.
The next song that you chose was, I've got up here, is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Red Right Hand.
Okay,
tell us about this one.
So, in my opinion, this is the best song that's ever come out of Australia.
Really?
Yeah, I just think it's a massive. It is a really awesome song. It is your 90s genre. Again, I probably didn't discover it till later than it was. But did you ever watch the TV series Peaky Blinders?
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm not a TV watcher, but I know of it. My wife definitely did.
So every episode had this song or a version of this song opening the episode.
Oh, really? Oh, so the same song, but different versions of it?
Yeah, sometimes Nick Cave's version, but sometimes other. It is just an awesome song, and the keyboard solo in it is just insane.
I'm excited.
You don't know this song?
I don't know the song. I don't think. Well, you know what? I'll probably hear it and go, "Oh, that song." I think
you will,
because there's a lot of songs like that. Okay,
but this is to me one of the quintessential must listen to Australian songs.
Okay, well, let's take a listen. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with Red Right Hand. The Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds there, Red Right Hand. It's a ripping song, Coops.
It is.
I had heard it before. I just didn't know I hadn't heard it until it started playing. We've got a text from Joe from In the Scene. Killer song choice, Coops. Love this Nick Cave song too.
Yes, so it's hard to knock that one off the top of my list.
Really? Yeah, that's
of Australian, the best song out of Australia.
That is a big call. Hey, Coops, it's time for this.
Radman's Retro Classic.
How's that?
Pretty cool.
Thank you. Hey, I thought, well, this week a little bit alternative, with you here, playing a bit of different stuff. So I felt the need to go a little bit alternative and play an album that I reckon most people wouldn't have heard, but I loved it and was obsessed with it back in the 90s. The band is called Collective Soul. The album is called Collective Soul. And you don't know it?
No, I don't really.
No,
I know the name of the band.
The band? Well,
and I might recognise their music, but they're not like, oh, okay, I know Collective Soul.
Yeah, no, they're a bit like that. They had a song that sort of shot them to stardom called Shine.
Right.
Yeah. Remember that part? No? Anyway, some people may remember that. Yeah. I think I played it a few weeks ago, actually, that song. And that sort of shot them to stardom. Then on the back of that, they released this album very quickly, and I was only reading Wikipedia this week about it. They had the songs pretty much written, but they recorded, mixed, released within 5 weeks.
Because they had a hit.
Because they had a hit.
So got to cash in on it.
Exactly. So listening back to it now, I didn't notice this at the time, but listening back now, it's not brilliantly recorded.
Well, you want raw. You don't want polish.
Well, that's exactly. It's raw.
Polish takes away some of the beauty of the music.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate it on that level. And I was saying to you earlier, I don't think I bought this CD. I don't recall ever walking into a record shop and buying it, but I had it. I think someone may have lent it to me, and I never give it back.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't know who that was. But I had it in my car, and it was like a little sort of guilty pleasure, this album. I didn't really share it with anyone, because it probably wasn't really cool to listen to Collective Soul. But I used to listen to, especially on like a long trip, where you could just listen to a whole CD, or and it's one of those CDs I can listen to every song. I think every song is really good. Nothing sort of stands out, but just a whole album of really good songs. I don't know the name of the lead singer, I probably should, but awesome voice.
You can't know everything.
No, that's it. No. What I'm saying is I don't know much about this album, except I loved it.
And that's fair enough. I mean, that's all you need to know.
That's it. That's it.
Enjoy it.
So I'm going to play it. I'm going to play 3 songs off it. The first one, I think, was a bit of a hit, so you may know it. The next 2, not so much. But it is Collective Soul. The first song is The World I Know. That was Collective Soul. That one's called Where the River Flows. You look like you liked that one.
Really enjoyed that. Yeah, I knew the first one.
Yes.
Like you thought I would.
Yep.
I'm not sure about the second one, but that last one, that really got me. That's a good tune.
It's a really good album. If you get a chance, just go listen to the whole thing. It's a little, like I say, I probably normally wouldn't have played it, but I thought, well, you're here playing a bit of different stuff. I'm going to do it. Hey, quick text we had from Shaggy there. Not just one of the greatest Australian songs, but also one of the greatest Australian albums. That's Shaggy. He's talking about that Nick Cave song.
Yeah. Let Love In.
What was the album called?
Let
Love In. Okay. There you go. A lot of big fans of that.
Yeah, see?
Are you into your punk at all, Coops?
A little bit.
You are?
A little bit, yeah. Look, just go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look, it's not like my go-to genre, but I like listening to the guys from Colour Mind and that kind of stuff, and those kind of things. And
funny you should mention Colour Mind. This Friday night, Linnet's Lounge, Punk Night Volume 2 is going to be on. There's a band called Chub Rub playing.
Yes, I've heard of those guys.
And we have Chub Rub, Jake on the line from Chub Rub. Are you there, Jake?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, Jake. How are you, bud?
I'm very well, thank you.
Mate, what do you do in the band?
I sing. I do the vocals for Chub Rub.
Okay. And just vocals, or you got an instrument as well?
No, I actually don't play an instrument, to be honest.
Hey, Coops just wants to know just about the name. We'll start there. Where did that come from? If you keep it clean.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, purely just a humour factor.
Yeah.
We were just sitting around trying to spire up a name, and
at least we can say it on air.
Yeah, no, you can say it on air. Yeah, there's no problem with that. It's memorable. People are going to not forget Chub Rub. Tell us a bit about the band, Jake. Who's in it? And tell us a bit about your style.
So basically, the band consists of 4 members: myself, Max on the guitar, Cooper on the drums, and Isaac on the bass.
Okay. And who are some of your influences for the band?
I'd say some of our main influences are a lot of old school punk, a lot of that punk that kind of has that humour element, a lot of satirical kind of material like that, like Screeching Weasel, Guttermouth, a bit of Angry Samoans.
Angry Samoans. Have you heard of them, Coops?
No, there's some interesting choices here.
Yeah, no, they've all got all cool names.
I was expecting things like, Green Day and
Yeah, Chub Rub are a bit more like old. You are old school punk, aren't you?
Yeah, very old school kind of inspired. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I keep that classic feel.
So, did you all come together as sort of punk enthusiasts who found each other, or how did the band meet?
Yeah, honestly, that's literally accurately pretty how it happened. We all met through a common interest in skateboarding, going to local punk gigs.
Yep.
So we basically the timing was all perfect, and we all kind of just met each other, right time, right place, and a few beers happened, a few jams, and we kind of just took it from there.
That's how it should happen, man. And how long ago was that?
I'd say we're coming up roughly around 2 years now, maybe a year of brainstorming, but 2 official years of gigging. Yeah,
okay. And this gig on Friday night, the 29th, at Linnet's Lounge, are you the brains behind the punk nights?
Yeah, essentially, we kind of just set them up ourselves, really. We're thankful to have the venues, and we kind of just take the idea and shoot it out to a few bands, see if they'd be keen on playing a bit of a punk night. Yeah.
I was there at Punk Night 1 a couple of months back. Really, it was a really good night. Yeah, I was there. I'll be there again this Friday.
So who else is in the line?
Great. Yeah, I'm stoked to hear.
Yeah, tell us a bit about who's playing on the night, man.
Yeah, so we got Swellbo, we got Collarmind, we got Star Mullets, and we got Pat the Klein opening up, which is very special.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And what's the go? What time? Tickets? Give us a bit of the deets, bud.
Yeah. So the tickets will be available through our bios and the bios of all the other Instagram accounts for the other bands.
Yep.
There'll be tickets available at the door. The doors are at 7:30.
Awesome. It's a good little club there too. Have you been to Linnets?
No, I actually haven't been to Linnets yet.
Yep.
It's in Melbourne Street, which is just off James Street in Northbridge. There used to be an Irish pub on the corner.
I have been to Linnets. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just a step down from JB O'Reilly's.
Yeah, is it JB O'Reilly's on the corner there? Is it still there?
It was. I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah, don't know what it is now, but I know. Yeah, that's the place.
Yeah, went there for the ruckus.
Oh, was that there? Was it? Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, thanks for that, Jake. Hey, we're going to play a song from your band now. It's called Self Serve.
Wonderful.
Yeah, does it need a language warning or?
Yeah, definitely a bit of an explicit language warning.
Okay,
yeah.
No worries, man. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. It's been great.
Thank you very much for having me. Really appreciate appreciate your time. Thank
no
you so
worries,
much.
man. We'll see you Friday night. Good to meet you.
29th at Linnets.
Awesome.
Hope to see you there.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you very much.
This is a language warning.
Bit of Fronte.
Fronte.
Ordinary Angels. That one for Emma Jane. There you go, Emma.
I meant to look up to see if it was Angie Hart, the singer.
That name definitely rings a bell. We'll have the answers to that by the end of the show.
Yeah, I remember her doing a song with Kate Sobrano on that show, Kate Sobrano and Friends, back in '94ish or something.
Okay.
And she did a version of was it Crosby, Stills and Nash? That song.
Can't help
brain. You've let me down.
Sorry, Coops. Oh, you look like you're about to explode over there. You'll be right. We'll think of that one too. I don't know if Chub Rub and Fronte will ever be back to back on a radio station ever again, but
who knows?
we did. No, that's it.
You never know.
You never know. That was Self Serve before that, and we spoke to Jake from Chub Rub. Big gig this Friday night down at Linnets Lounge. Get along there. I'll be there. Just look for the. I don't know.
You'll be
the ugly guy in a bandana. Yeah. Definitely. It should be a good night. I enjoy getting out.
It's a good thing I'm not going down to bandana. I'd be the uglier guy.
Two ugly guys with the two bandanas on, stand next to each other. We just had a couple of texts come through. Oh, Lynn's. Hey guys, this show needs another hour. Well, we've got Keith coming on, I think, at 6 o'clock, so we can't.
I know what Lynn's is saying, because there's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, I know. We've I've taken a lot of songs out today as well to put the requests and that in, but that's cool. That's what the show's about for me. Like
you're interacting.
Exactly. I come in with a full show. But if people want requests, I just take songs out and put those songs in, and those songs can be played next week.
I've become much more flexible than I used to. I used to have a very rigid show. I've spent all this time preparing this show.
Yep.
And you're going to listen to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, that's I get what you're saying, because sometimes I think, this song's great. I can't wait to play this song. The people are going to love it, I'm sure.
And then to play it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's songs. That's cool. No, it's the People Show. There we go. We've got Coops on, and you're popular, Coops. So we're getting lots of texts through today. What is the time? It's gone 5:36.
Wow, we're nearly done already.
We're nearly done. We've got a big song coming up, which is a full nearly 10 minutes.
So we'll close with that one?
Oh, no, we'll get onto it now. Okay, I was hoping we could even cram a few more in after that.
Yeah,
but
we'll get this one out.
We'll get this one out of the way. Tell us about it. Ed Cooper.
So Ed Cooper was Australian, German-born, which is why the
Cooper. I thought it was Kuiper. But Cooper.
It is.
Yep. Okay.
It's German-born, raised in Australia, was in Brisbane. He was part of the Saints. Okay. So we're going back to 1977. They released the I'm Stranded song.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you know. And so he was part of the Saints for the first 3 albums.
Yep, the Saints one. Yep, I'm with you.
I'm Stranded, Eternally Yours, and Prehistoric Sounds.
Okay.
And then he and Chris Bailey sort of went different ways. I think there was a change of direction in the music, and then Ed Cooper formed Laughing Clowns, and they were very kind of. I suppose they were alternative, but they had the dissonant, sort of saxophone, really tortured saxophone in the music and stuff like that. And then come the 90s, so this is your era we're talking about.
Yes.
Ed Cooper starts to go out by himself, and he released the album Honey Steals Gold in 91.
Okay.
And this particular track, King of Ice, it's just a wonderful, wonderful track.
It's an epic. I haven't listened to it. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, so this will be...
It really is a cool song. It really is. Had thought about playing a song called The Chlorine Vendor, which is an instrumental, but this piano is
even
beautiful.
Better. Okay, let's crank it. Ed Cooper, King of Ice. That chainsaw just didn't want to die. That song's called The Lumberjack by Jackal. You heard that one before?
No, I have not.
I remember that song from... I used to go to the Aberdeen Descent every year.
Okay, yeah.
And it was sort of a different group of friends to my normal group. So I used to just disappear one weekend a year with my, work friends. I used to be at Australia Post. This is back in the sort of early mid-90s. And that was the song that they used to have a great setup. Trucks would come up, stereos. It was awesome, like the best campsite you've ever seen.
Yeah, okay.
So I used to go there every year. And they used to play that song to wake everyone up. Not just in our campsite, like the whole field. You used to have to listen to this song 6:30 every morning. And yeah, we used to love it. It was just not many songs have a chainsaw.
No, something different.
I thought it'd be interesting to talk about songs with different sort of.
And that reminded me about the band Tad that I mentioned earlier, because they've got something recorded live at the Chainsaw Studios or something. Something like that.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there you go.
That's how Ted jumped into my head.
Yeah, I thought maybe one week I'll try and do it if I didn't have a guest on one week for whatever reason. Songs that have interesting lead breaks. Okay. And that would have to be one of the more interesting chains. So I like when he gives it a bit of choke and starts to stall, and cranks it up again. Hey, it has gone.
It's pretty quick, isn't it?
I know, it's just disappeared. 2 hours comes and goes. 5:54. We got Keith is in the house. I think I can see his car there. So he'll be on from 6 o'clock with Kaleidoscope. We've got Glenn, another great Sunday session today. Thank you, Radman, and thanks to Coops for today too. What a great radio station. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Glenn. Glenn's a great supporter of the show.
These people might listen to Rock or Bust.
Well, that's it. Yeah, but do you get texts from Glenn?
No, Lynn's and JFC regularly. A couple other people, But so 7 to 11 Monday nights.
Well, Glenn, I think I don't know if he was the first person ever to text me. My first text I was quite shocked because I didn't know anyone was listening.
Yeah.
But he's been a great supporter every week, so I do appreciate.
On you, Glenn.
Glenn, yeah, and listen to Coops. Tell us a bit about your show, Coops.
Look, it's fundamentally just rock and metal music that from over the time. And of course, the pool of music just grows and grows and grows. Sadly, so there's not enough hours. So I started off with a 3-hour show, and now it's a 4-hour show. It's just you could go for an 8-hour show and still not run into bump into So fundamentally, it's just rock and metal music. But this week is She Who Rocks. So every 10th episode, I do all female vocals.
Okay.
Just to make sure the ladies get a fair share.
Yeah, for sure.
In the 4 Mondays of October, I do Rocktober West.
Okay.
So I'll do all Western Australian music for those 4 weeks. Okay. So and I tend to explore a little bit more in those.
Yeah.
So I start doing things like album 6-packs and which has now become a bit of a regular thing. I'll do about the middle of the show, sort of like ticking over the 9 o'clock hour. I'll start now doing a Western Australian 6-pack where I feature 6 tracks from an album from a Western Australian artist.
Yeah.
So, just to get that a bit more in depth than just one song. One song.
And that's what HFM is about, supporting the local music scene as well. I'm an avid listener now. Each Monday night I call it Mummy night, because I go to my mum's for dinner. She cooks us dinner. She's 82. God bless. And I always leave. Mum got to go 7 o'clock, straight in the car. straight on.
Okay,
yeah, exactly. I don't want to miss that. Yeah. So you're going to say something?
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're about to say something. I interrupted. No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Was I? Well, I suppose I was just talking about, so over time there's been different little features and that, rock or bust. Originally I used to do these busts, where there was like an acoustic version of something we know from a heavy rock or something like that. They were my busts. And so every now and then I might do one of those where Hayseed Dixie do an AC/DC song or something like that. But I don't do that very much anymore. But
it's a good fun show. I think if you do like this show, if you listen on Sunday, you would like your show as well. They're different. Like your musical tastes are different to mine. Of
course they are.
But it's fun. It's interactive.
15 years older.
Yeah. But it's interactive, and
so I explore lots of new stuff and lots of Western Australian stuff. But I also occasionally go back to it's a 1968, 67.
Yeah. No, exactly. JFC's just text through an essential service Coops. Love the music. Is that the same thing you text through?
Yeah, well, that's what it says. It's Monday night essential service.
Yeah, an essential service Coops. There you go. Hey, Coops. Joe Satriani is getting all revved up there. Keith's about to come in for Kaleidoscope from 6 o'clock, so we got to get our butts out of here. And
thank you for having me, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming in. It's been so much fun.
I've actually enjoyed being on this side of the desk.
Yeah, it's easier, isn't it, over there?
It's not that it's easy. I just wasn't expecting it to be as much fun as it was.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. I wanted to get the stalwarts of the station because I'm new here, obviously, and you and Frankenator and Hen Shooter, and also I've got Hugo coming up.
Okay.
Be next year now, but we're going to have a medal show. So that'll be interesting as well.
Oh, yes, so Hugo's 90s medal.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a way for me to get to know people as well, which I'm really enjoying doing. No worries, man. We got to sign off.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
No worries, Coops.
Thanks for a great show.
If you enjoyed it, join us again next week. It is the Sunday Sesh with Radman. Tell your friends. Bye, everybody.